Welcome to Faith, Fiction, and Folklore, or as we like to call it, the Try-F Podcast, where we try not to F the podcast up. So, for this last section of the live stream this evening... Segment, thank you. We're going to be talking about Bradshaw Ranch, because like Skinwalker Ranch, they think there are aliens there. But the thing that is baffling me is...
Where's this ranch at?
It's in Arizona.
Oh, okay.
I think Skinwalker's in Utah, isn't it? Pretty sure that's right. So anyway, this is the Bradshaw Ranch, and they're convinced that there's aliens. But for whatever reason, they're using the same kind of equipment and tactics that like ghost hunters use. Only instead of calling them ghosts, they're calling them aliens. And so we're going to watch some examples of this stuff. And then we're going to explore a few questions. A, are any of these methods even legitimate? B, is this a good way to find aliens?
Yes.
Or are we just going to be like attracting supernatural stuff and calling it aliens? Or is all this gizmo stuff just crap?
It's all of the above.
All of the above.
Well, it's kind of like going out in the woods and hitting sticks together and hope you see Bigfoot.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's true. I forgot about that. That was special. Would you find a deer that way? No. Why would you hunt for an ape that way? I don't know. So, anyway. So, we're going to get into that. So, let me pull up the first thing here. Alrighty. Here. So, for those who are on the podcast, I should probably tee this up. So, there's this, I guess, windmill that's been on this ranch for a while. And apparently it spins sometimes, and nobody knows why. So, they use some ghost hunter-esque equipment. That is to say, it's like messes with electromagnetic readings or something. And it basically beeps. It beeps, and every time it beeps, they say there's a ghost. So it's going to beep. An alien. Oh, yeah, right. In this case, it's an alien. So we're gonna see this in action, didn't it? Yeah.
Ew.
Okay, I'm going to mute this because I'm about 90% sure we're going to get nailed with copyright. And I'll just narrate what's happening for the podcast. Okay, so my mistake. In this instance, there's a spirit box. Now, I've seen some pretty cool stuff with the spirit box.
Yeah.
We don't see cool stuff here. They get a meh, and they assume it's E.T.
Well, the REM pod has a radio something frequency in it. And so whenever you get close to it and touch it, it beeps.
Ah.
So when there's entities that you can't see walking up to it and touching it, it beeps. Where there should be no frequency at all.
See, I'm skeptical about that.
It's going off.
I'm just skeptical about that. Like, if you've got something that's scanning a bunch of frequencies and then something beeps, why would you infer Casper? Like, on some of the Ghost Adventure stuff, like, I've seen some, like, pretty interesting stuff where there's, like, live interactions. Like, it's responding directly to questions. But when you get to these instances where it's just like a meh, I mean, why would you think that's anything?
Yeah. Well, because it's only set up to where it only beeps when you touch it.
Yeah, but how would they know that? Like, how do they know there's not some kind of anomaly? Like,
that's the way they like wind hitting it
like
just right.
Wind or dirt or like a tremor on the below the ground. I mean, they're right by Dad Blame Transformer with the windmill. I mean, if stuff's shifting around, I mean, how finicky is this equipment?
Yeah.
So, or it just could be the fact that you're not going to have a perfect scan of a frequency anyway. Like, maybe it's distorting like that periodically or even randomly because you've got it plugged in and the current isn't even. I mean, it could be anything.
Yeah, that specific REM pod, though, the harder you grab the antenna, the more it beeps.
Okay.
So if you just tap it, it goes beep. But if you, like, grab it, it goes beep, 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 beep.
I'm sorry. I'm just skeptical about that. But we don't get a beep, 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 beep here. I think we just get a couple beeps, and they're like, oh, there's an alien here.
Yeah.
But let's see what they do. Oh, beep! He just pointed at the antenna. Did you catch that? Yeah, there was no beep. I didn't
see anything.
Yeah, he's like, are there anybody with us? And then he points to the antenna like something happened, but there was no beep on the radio. Just saying. Just saying.
Just saying.
Okay, so that's the first clip. Hopefully we don't get nailed for copyright. Let me check the live stream really quick. I'm hoping we don't get nailed by copyright.
Seems all right.
Yeah, everything seems okay so far. All right. Okie dokie then. All right, so we're still good. Let's move on to the next one. So we've got the documentary. That's not what I wanted. Well,
Yeah, do this one.
This one right here? Okay, so this is 3 minutes and 18 seconds. Okay.
They're asking questions, getting it to spin.
Oh, they're asking the windmill to spin a direct question.
And this one's from 11 years ago.
Okay, let's see what happens.
We wanted to turn. We'll all think together for it to turn.
Which way? Which way?
Matter.
It doesn't matter.
Your
So
turn. It can only turn
we
one
would
way.
just like to invite the entities.
What?
Haven't done yet.
What? Entities?
Okay, start.
I thought they were aliens.
Aliens, entities, they don't care.
Oh,
at this
okay.
point.
Is this just semantics? Like, is aliens just semantics for demons now?
Well, it used to be just entities. Because this video is from 11 years ago. And
Okay.
now it's aliens.
Oh, so it was demons in the beginning, and now it's aliens. I see. My mistake. Oh my
Dun, dun,
goodness.
dun.
So apparently we've decided that, yeah, we're not going to go with the demon narrative. It's aliens now. Okay, so
Well, it's just supernatural in general.
okay, supernatural. So okay, I guess they bleed together then. Alrighty.
We would like to invite the angelic realms and all positive,
Angelic realms. Yeah, clearly demons. Okay.
Supernatural.
loving extraterrestrials and extra dimensionals, fairies, dearly departed. Anyone here sharing?
All the things
All
hit
the
the windmill.
Everything. Touch
like-
that windmill.
You got demons and fairies and unicorns all in the ether fighting over the windmill. Okay.
Hey, unicorns are real, bro.
Oh, are they?
They used to be. They went extinct.
Oh, okay. Well, we can talk about that some other time. All right.
the portal with us. We would love for you to get together and maybe give us a sign by moving the windmill, just the slightest way, any direction, but we're all focusing our
Okay, I'm going to stop here. I got a little bit of a mini rant.
No.
Yes. Okay, look.
Okay. Mini rant.
I have seen my fair share of weird things. I have spent the last 2 weeks showing weird lights that I can't account for.
Yeah.
I don't assume, huh?
Oh, speaking of weird lights, I just now remembered this.
Yes.
My biological father has been recording them as well. Same
Has
lights.
he?
Right down the street
Really?
from you. He's got them on his TikTok. So I can ask him if you want, if he'll let us use his videos.
That would be fantastic because, yes,
Yeah.
they've been driving me up the wall. Glad to know I'm not the only one. I've been
Yeah,
like,
he's got
what in
the
the
same
blasted world
lights
are these things?
On his TikTok.
Oh, that makes me feel better. I've been going
So-
nuts. Does he got a better camera? Because I've been, like,
I think-
how's he getting them? Because I've had a nightmare of a time getting them on my cell phone.
Yeah, I think it's just a cell phone.
He's just been
'Cause
using
he-
his cell phone?
He just uploads them to TikTok.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I need to get his phone then. Because a lot of the time I can't catch him. And even in the video I showed you guys, most of the time they're like really faint. You have to squint to see them. Not all the time, but most of the time they're really faint.
Yeah, he's got one that's really good. I'll have to share it with you somehow,
Yeah,
sometime.
they're weird.
Remind me tomorrow. I'll look it up and share it with you.
Yeah, dude, pull them up. That would be great. That
Right.
proves I'm not crazy.
I might be
seen
able
these
to
things.
share them now.
Good night. Yes, if you can find them, give me a link. I'll pull them up. I'm not insane. I know I'm not insane. But here's my point. Okay, while you're looking that up, here's my point with that. I see these lights. They're weird lights. I can't account for the lights. I don't go spirits, angels, fairies, come touch the windmill, show me a light. You know, I don't assume. I'm like, I don't know what these things are. They're weird. Like, my default is, I don't know. Why would you assume demons or whatever? Like, maybe you could infer an intellect if it's responding directly to questions. But I just don't understand all that heavy summoning stuff. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Well, anyway, let me just keep playing this.
Love and our intention that you hear us and will communicate with us if you can, if you want to. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, it's just a picture.
And you
Oh, it's a picture?
It's not a video. He's got it as a video on TikTok, but it's just a picture.
Oh, okay. Well, we can still pull it up. After we finish this, though, I want to see if the unicorn touches the windmill.
can communicate in other ways as well. Showing your light as orbs or streaks of light, just showing your light to us in any way.
Moving.
With
Okay, guys, that does not count. She didn't finish her chant and she didn't ask a question. You can't sit there and while she's in the middle of still bloviating, going, "Oh, it's moving now." Well, yeah, she's been talking for 5 minutes.
camera, without the
It
camera.
doesn't count.
Oh, bless you, bless
Thank
you,
you.
bless you.
It's a first
Oh my
hand
God.
Thank you.
It's on film.
Thank you, thank you. We love you
My
so
God.
much. Thank you.
Oh
Really?
my God, that is unbelievable, guys.
Wow.
They moved it for you.
again.
You've seen it with your own eyes,
Yes.
right, Kim?
Yes,
Am I telling
absolutely.
the truth? You know.
Hey, it's moving. It was totally still. There's no wind here whatsoever. Not a single blade of grass is moving. And the windmill is picking up speed. Look at this. It's picking up speed. God bless you guys. Thank you
this
so
goes to
much.
prove that Bradshaw Ranch.
I stand corrected, but I'll make an addition. It was Matthew McConaughey trapped in that timeless thing. He's spinning that windmill going, "Murph!" But anyway, so.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Murph, don't go! Tell him, don't let me go! Anyway, sorry.
Interstellar.
Yeah. She should have asked for Matthew McConaughey. She would have got a faster response, but anyhow.
That's what she said.
Anyway. So there's that. Okay, it's weird that it picked up speed. She said there was no wind. I'll take her word for it, but you can't call that an intellect unless it like starts responding to questions. You can't just keep talking for 5 minutes and then when it starts doing something, go, "Oh, it's doing something." Yeah, but does it do it every time? Like, how do you know what it is? But anyway, that's just a little. I'm skeptical.
I'm not. I believe it's real.
Well, it's real. The windmill's really moving. It's just why would you make inferences about what it is?
Because it's what they believe.
I guess.
If you believe hard enough, it'll happen.
All right. Well, I believe these lights are drones. Can we see Daniel's picture?
Let's see. Do you have a TikTok?
Nope.
Because it may not work if you're not logged into TikTok.
Well, Faith Fiction and Folklore has a TikTok. Can you not send me a link to the login for? Well, no. I guess it'd have to be on my end, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would take like 20 minutes.
Take more time than it's worth. Okay.
Get it all.
Okay. I'm trying to think of a way to do this because I'm curious. Dad, blame it.
I could put it in chat here.
Yeah, see if you can put it in chat and see if it'll actually pull up. Probably
It'll
won't,
mess up
but-
the.
We've already messed it up like 3 times tonight. We're not professional. We're not professional at all. All right. Well, yeah, see, you already messed it up because now you've got like an additional window thing here.
Hold on.
Oh, okay. All right, my mistake.
Paste.
Why does it do that? There's nobody there. All right, hang on. There we go. Oh, now we're messed up again. All right, so let me copy and paste this link. Copy. All right. Paste. Okay, here we go.
Oh, yeah. See, that's from his backyard. Same little lights. I don't know if you can tell.
I'm assuming that's the moon, right?
Oh, wow. It's way clearer on my phone.
Okay.
But there's 2
Hang
of
on
them.
a minute. Let me pull this up for the audience. All right. So, yeah, you've got 2 weird lights under the moon. and they come in and they fade out.
Yeah.
His is at a different angle though than mine.
Yeah. He seems a little closer. But I don't
Well,
know. I didn't talk to him about it. I just
well,
thought it was cool.
It's weird because from what I remember about where he's at, this is technically behind the tree line. So this is like literally the opposite direction from where I'm at. So that
gotcha.
would mean that these lights are coming in on the other side around Flag Springs or so. So
That's cool.
Yeah, that's interesting. So yeah, that is bizarre. So they're in the whole area for whatever reason. Flag Springs is a weird place though. So
I have to talk to him about it, ask him about it.
yeah, by all means ask him about it. It is bizarre. Those lights fading in and out is bizarre. So anyway. All right, so we've explored that. So we've seen the spinny windmill. So what started all this mess? We got a bit of a
not sure.
documentary here about the Bradshaw Ranch. And I don't know anything about it beyond I'm dubious. Wait a minute, there's one more I forgot to mention. Yeah, there was the silly. Where is it? I must have got rid of it. Dad, blame it. Oh well.
Me messing up your whole thing.
No, it's it doesn't matter. I had orbs. They were calling orbs UFOs.
Oh yeah, that was in the middle of the whole long.
Oh, that was in the middle of the... Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right, because we had started the movie with the windmill scene, and then we were going to go to the orbs. Okay,
Yeah.
So I'm an idiot. So he starts... Let me show you here what he's referring to. So they've got... Let me just show the still shots. So they got a...
Ready to lose the hat
oh my
and regrow the hair?
gosh.
With
You
Choose
can't even
by
let
Him,
me start
you
on
can
another
regain your
spot
hair
to
and your
pause?
confidence. Our Choose
Oh,
The
speaking
same
of ads
flickering UAP
on
was
YouTube,
captured.
Huh?
I watched a video that was 30 minutes long the other day, and every 7 minutes they did an ad.
I'm getting out of control.
So the video actually wound up being like twice as long.
Guys, I will sooner read before I go back to how it was in the 90s. Y'all can suck it. I am not watching 8 minutes of commercials again. It ain't
It's
happening.
ridiculous.
It ain't happening. I ain't doing it. I will read and just stop interneting before I go back to that. I wasted so much time watching Lucky Charms commercials. Never again. Anyway, so we got this UFO thing. It's kind of like the lights we were talking about. Let me see if I can find the orb. Let's see here. Where to go?
Or from Orbeez.
Orb from Arby's. Yes.
Orbeez.
All right, so here's one of them. Now, anytime you see stuff like this, again, it's usually associated with the demonic.
Fairy.
Fairy? I don't know if it's a fairy. Like, I don't
Fairies
see
are
it.
demonic.
I don't know that. Why do people say that?
I'll have to look up the tide.
Yeah, I hear people go.
together.
I hear people go. Oh, fairies are demons, and I'm like, what? Maybe. I guess they're trying to explain the orbs. I suppose.
Yeah, the little orbs you see, they're mischievous demons, and they like to mess with your stuff. So whereas a lot of people see a poltergeist throwing their stuff across the room, it's actually a little fairy messing with you. And that's why, your keys get misplaced, or your wallet, or cell phone, or something. It's because a fairy is messing with you.
Well, it's a theory. I almost said it's a fury. I'm tired.
It's a fairy theory.
It's a fairy theory. It's a fairly good fairy theory.
It's a fairy theory on
Yeah.
steroids.
So you got a little teeny tiny orb here flying towards this guy. And you got the UFO outside. And then there's another orb. Yeah. So they're calling all this stuff aliens. But as we've seen clearly in the previous video, they at one point in time thought it was demonic. And I feel like they're equivocating phenomena too. Like,
Yeah.
I would consider the lights to be distinct from the orbs. that you're seeing floating around in rooms and houses and stuff. Like that doesn't seem to me to be the same thing, or to be, maybe it's connected somehow, but I wouldn't know how.
It's just a bigger fairy.
It's just a big fairy in the sky.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. What do I know?
Or a lightning bug.
Very big lightning bug. Yeah. It's going to take more than a fly swatter to get rid of that. So, okay. So I guess that was my question. So I don't think we can find aliens doing these kinds of methods. What do you think?
Well,
do you even believe there are aliens?
Oh, yeah, I believe there are aliens.
I kind of think there are. I don't know if they can get here, but I kind of think there are.
Well, I think they're already here. It's just like the theory that they're coming from under the ocean instead of space.
Well, they wouldn't be aliens then, would they? They'd be neighbors. Very obnoxious neighbors.
Underwater neighbors. Yeah.
Underwater neighbors. I don't know. I've heard the interdimensional demon thing, or interdimensional being thing. There's that approach, and that could be, but I mean, if they are out there, they're either coming in on these craft, or like they're physical. Like they're not going to be responding to, chance and popping up only on cameras, but nowhere else. And yeah, I just feel like they're equivocating phenomena. But I do think that's a theory that they've been pushing for some reason. I just don't know why. Like they've been pushing it ever since The Fourth Kind. Did you ever see The Fourth Kind?
I tried to watch it, but I got too scared.
Yeah, it's a scary movie because it was basically equivocating UFO phenomenon with possession.
I need to try and rewatch it. Maybe we could do a review on that one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Gary's like, no, please don't.
No, I'm just trying to... I don't... Like, they tried to sell it like it was a true story, but I don't know if it actually was. Like, I don't know if it really was a true story or if it was just a marketing gimmick. I think there was some debate about that.
Wasn't it based on a true story?
Well, that was the claim. That was the claim that it was based on a true story, but that might have just been a marketing gimmick. That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, they lied, basically. They lied to get, They lied and called it marketing, which is marketing most of the time. But anyway, so...
So we don't want to get into marketing ourselves.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying don't lie.
Well,
Thread the needle.
We can't market then because marketing is lying.
I thought I added qualifiers to clarify I didn't mean in every case. Maybe I wasn't clear. It was a joke. I was being tongue-in-cheek.
That's not
But in the case of The Fourth Kind, they were lying, because if there was no true story and they said there was a true story, then it's a lie.
I could tell you a real joke.
Oh, no. Did you find a dad joke you like? You gonna share it?
You ready?
If I must be.
How does NASA organize a party?
I don't know.
They plan it.
Here's this thing on Bradshaw Ranch. We're going to watch a little bit of it. And I'm just trying to get the generic history of the thing. But is this History Channel? It might be. We'll see.
Yeah, I think this clip is from the History Channel.
All right, we'll see. We'll risk a couple seconds of it.
That's what she said.
Oh, I am turning that down till the B shots get over. Then we're going to turn up the CCCs. Until they start talking. Arizona, amid the enchanting landscapes of the swirling vortex energies, lies the enigmatic Bradshaw music. I'm sure they mean Bradshaw Ranch.
This piece of land has earned a reputation as a vortex of mysterious occurrences.
Oh, it's a mysterious occurrences. A vortex of mysterious occurrences. Come on, show me the history of the place. Sedona Ranch became popular since the 1960s in many Western movies. Oh, that's right. Many Western movies were filmed
Presley
here.
and John Wayne.
Yeah, so they had stars here. That's what it was.
However, it was in 1990s when the ranch gained notoriety under the ownership of Bob Bradshaw, a popular Hollywood actor and a stuntman. He and his wife Linda sought refuge in the serenity of Sedona.
Okay, we're gonna get killed for that. I'm just gonna read this.
I'm sorry, I did not think of that.
Yeah,
when
I didn't either.
looked
It's
this up.
okay. All right. The tranquility they sought, this would be the Bradshaws, was shattered inexplicably by events that would turn the ranch to a hotbed of the paranormal. So it was a hotbed of the paranormal. Family didn't like it, and they didn't know. Activity, Bob Bradshaw, an eccentric and reclusive figure, immersed himself in the study of metaphysics, UFOs, and I missed that last part, something worldly, phenomena. Otherworldly phenomena as he dwelled into the mysteries of the universe. Strange occurrences began to unfold on the ranch. Lights danced in the night sky. Cattle mutilations. What do you think about cattle mutilations?
That has been a theory around the demonic for centuries. They just come across cattle that have been mutilated randomly out in the field, and they can't tell you what happened.
I told you my theory about Skinwalker Ranch. Oh, yes, I did. Yeah. I'll repeat it. I basically think it's the Fed playing Scooby-Doo. They have these military bases around, and probably at some point, some trainee hit a cow with a particle gun from one of these ships and went, oh crap. And they're like, well, what are we going to do? Let's cut it to pieces and pretend like something else did it. And a vile tradition was born.
There you go.
Yeah, that's my theory. So,
I like it.
all right. Yeah, well, I don't know why demons would want to mutilate cattle. It's like, what's the point?
Well, they do it as kind of a sacrificial thing. They sacrifice the cattle.
So, are we talking about people ritualistically sacrificing cattle? Or
No, people are not sacrificing, so the demons sacrifice it to themselves, basically, or a higher demon.
can they do that? How would they even be able to do that? I don't think demons could directly interact with the physical world.
I do.
I don't see how. Like, they would need a body.
I don't need bodies to interact with us.
Well, I mean, when I say interact, I mean physically interact. I mean touch, cut, mutilate cows.
So whenever people do stuff like Ouija boards or, they're doing a paranormal investigation and they get scratched.
Oh, yeah, they do the scratch thing, but I'm talking about, like, cutting the bottom half of a job. Have you seen these cattle mutilations? What they look like?
They're ripped apart pretty much.
Yeah, they're pretty, it's like surgically cut marks and stuff.
Well, when nobody's watching, they can do that.
Let me see if
Plus-
I can pull up some cattle mutilation pictures here.
Plus cattle, they don't have any stole or anything like that, so they're easier to manipulate and whatnot. It's just like the pigs that Jesus
Yeah, so
cast Legion into.
I'll keep it small so YouTube don't get mad at me. So you got one of half its face removed there. I'm going to say that is decomposition, and that is decomposition. Like, so that's the other problem with this is some of this stuff is just decomposition. I mean, they're calling what happens like if you've got a predator like eats a section of a cow and then the cow bloats, that tear in the skin is going to rip like a seam.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean that's not a mutilation. Like I feel like a lot
And
of this
usually-
is just mixed with like just regular dead cows. That's
And
a regular
usually-
dead cow. Like,
Usually, like coyotes or wolves or whatever, they try and go for the neck and they wind up getting the face.
Right, exactly. Like this, the other thing. Like I see people talk about these mysterious cattle mutilations, and I'm looking at the animals, and they're all like bloated, which means they've been dead for several days.
Yeah.
For one thing. Like this one's not, but maybe. I mean, look, see the distended gut there?
Yeah.
Yeah, like right there. Yeah, what am I doing? I cannot remember what's what. So, yeah, you have a distended gut there. And sometimes, like again, they say it's scalpel sharp. I'm not convinced of that. When you look at this stuff, I'm thinking like a coon or like a raccoon or something, some kind of marsupial with sharp teeth or something, gnawing at the tender stuff around the lips and the eye, because it's always the same spot. And what kind of ritual value does the cow lips and the eye have?
I have no idea.
It makes no sense. Like, yeah, hearts, organs, that kind of thing, blood, whatever. Like, that thing just rotted. Like, that's a rotted cow. Yeah, and that's an example of what I'm talking about. When they bloat, they rip like a seam. So that's what I'm referring to there. That's not a cattle mutilation. That's just bloating.
Yeah.
These people are city slickers. That's their problem. They have no idea what that process is even like.
City slickers.
Well, I mean, maybe I just know because I grew up on a farm, but most of that's just dead cows. Anyway, I mean, I guess you could say that there was one particular one that had like really sharp, precise cuts that it would be hard to imagine, a rat or a raccoon or something chewing on it. But I mean, look, you've got all that meat that looks kind of tore up around it, and the only way to be able to tell was if you'd bleach the meat off and look at the bone and see if there's scratch marks on the bone. But you're not going to find I don't think you're going to find bite marks on the hide.
No. It's
So,
crazy.
Yeah, I just think I kind of skeptical about cattle mutilations. But if they are real, I'm telling you, some trainee shot a cow with a ray gun, and the Fed decided to play Scooby-Doo. That's my theory.
I don't believe in ray guns.
You don't believe in ray guns?
They're not real.
Oh, dart gun. They hit it with they couldn't drive the UFO. They hit it with the UFO. I don't know.
There you go.
I'm just going.
It's more believable.
All right, I think we're gonna wrap this one up for the night
With our ray guns.
with ray guns and stupid trainees wrecking UFOs. So, Trevor, you got any final thoughts, good sir?
Ray guns are not real, but UFOs are.
Oh, okay. All right. And on that pleasant note, guys, thank you so much for watching, and
Thank
we'll
you.
see you next time.
See ya.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of Faith, Fiction, and Folklore. If you did, we would love it if you would subscribe to us on YouTube or follow us on Rumble. We can also be found on X, Instagram, and Facebook. And we are available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, and iHeartRadio. Thank you again very much for listening, and we'll see you next time.